Hi, it's Julie Grove Miller with Homebridge. Hey, there's been a lot going on in the markets lately. I think you probably knew that. So we need to start looking at some new strategies. The market has cooled somewhat. There aren't as many buyers visiting open houses or even looking at homes. A lot of people are starting to back up a little bit. We're starting to see some price reductions. So maybe we need to start looking at some new strategies. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. The strategy of today is a seller buy down. What does that mean? Well, let's say we have $1 million price point, 20% down payment, $800,000 loan. Interest rate would be at 5.625 on a 30-year fixed as of today. A price reduction, let's say we're thinking about doing is 9 to 975, so a $25,000 reduction. Keep the rate the same, the current market or down payment the same at 780. But what would be most beneficial to a potential buyer and maybe even save the seller some money? So let's say we did a rate reduction. Let's say we did $1 million, kept the price where it was, but now rather than doing a price reduction, we offer the buyer a 20 or a 2.5 point credit towards their closing costs or towards lowering their interest rate in the form of a buy down. This is a permanent buy down, meaning the rate stays at this rate for the life of the loan or until they refinance it. So if the seller were to offer to pay 2.5 points, that would lower the rate from 5.625 to 5 1/8. That would also make a difference of the lower price reduction resulted in $141 savings to the buyer at the same rate as before at 5.625. But if they were to keep the price the way it was and offer the buy down, that actually saves the buyer almost $250 a month. So it could be a game changer for someone qualifying for a loan. And the really good news for the seller here is it saves them $5,000 because that only costs the seller $20,000 as opposed to $25,000. And better news yet for the buyer is that same payment, the $250 lower payment, would have equated to a $945,000 purchase price at that original 5.625 rate. So think about this. It's out of the box thinking. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help. Julie Grove Miller at Homebridge. Thanks so much for listening.